Today, Villanova beat 7 seed Iowa 87-68. Halftime in the Maryland-Hawaii game. It's a 1-point contest right now. Terrapins are on top, and Syracuse looks like it'll make it 6 teams from the ACC into the Sweet 16. The 10-seeded Orange lead Middle Tennessee 65-45. Jimmy Johnson won the Auto Club 400 in Fontana, California today. It's his second win of the season. Jason Day won the Arnold Palmer Invitational in Orlando at 17 under par. Right now, Sidney Crosby and the Penguins taking on Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals. They're at the end of the second period, 3-2 the score in favor of Pittsburgh. You can see that one on NBC Sports Network. News from the NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans shutting down Anthony Davis, the brow done for the remainder of the season with a torn labrum and a left knee injury. He's also likely to miss the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio. I'm Sam Farber. This is NBC Sports Radio and the NBC Sports Radio mobile app.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. The best station in the nation.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Rod Tanner. For this afternoon, we'll have sunshine and a high of 79. We'll have some patchy fog overnight. Otherwise, it'll departing hotty with a low of 52 as winds gust to 20 miles an hour. We'll have patchy fog well into Monday morning. Otherwise, we'll have a mostly sunny day to begin the week with a high of 76. There's a 2 in 10 chance of shower activity Monday night. The other day, mostly hotty with a low of 51 with winds to 25 miles an hour. There's a 20% chance of morning rain on Tuesday. Mostly hotty skies will become sunny with a high of 68. That's your weather forecast for this hour from KCAA 106.5 FM and 1050 AM, the stations that leave no listener behind.
Original thinker and activist Tom Hartman joins the lineup weekday afternoons here on KCAA.
But a cop to deal with discipline problems? It's turning a school into a prison. It's teaching kids how to be afraid of authority figures. It's teaching them, oh, yes, officer, no, officer. Oh, please don't beat the crap out of her. Oh, wow, look at him beat the crap out of her. This is so wrong.
Join Tom Hartman weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM.
Inland Empire, RJS Action Shots, your one-stop shop for professional photography, studio, live events, family, corporate, and church functions. RJS has been in business for over 20 years, bringing the Inland Empire and the greater Los Angeles area quality photos with friendly customer service. We are your one-stop shop for all your photography needs. RJS specializes in team sports and action digital photography. So call now and speak to one of our friendly staff members. RJS Action Shots, 909-264-0489. Your leader in quality prints. That's 909-264-0489. Call us today. Brought to you by Danny Alcaraz Productions.
KCAA AM 1050 and FM 106.5. We are San Bernardino Strong.
Yo, what's up? Where's my old school hip-hop and freestyle party peoples at? It's going down Saturday, May 7th. The High Deserts Freestyle and Old School Music Festival at the San Bernardino County Fairgrounds in the city of Victorville. That's right, performances by Vanilla Ice doing his classic Ice Ice Baby, Mr. Baby God's Back, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and freestyle legends Stevie B, Lisa, Taylor Dane, Expose, Trinier, Debbie Deb, Shannon, and Connie, all being hosted by DJ Sergio X. Plus, you got the hottest DJs mixing the best in 80s and 90s throwbacks. This is an indoor-outdoor event, and all ages are welcome. I know you want to get your tickets, right? Well, hit up www.lcshevents.com or call 760-514-1845. This is all going down once again at the San Bernardino County Fairgrounds in the city of Victorville, Saturday, May 7th, the High Deserts Freestyle and Old School Music Festival. Now that's what's up.
Walk with me.
This is Danny Alcaraz. Today, we have a variety of shows. Tune in on the Alcaraz Angel Baby Sunday block, CNBC Radio 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. Every Sunday, 4 to 9. Tune in. You never know who's coming on KCAA Radio.
Hi, this is Nancy Gutierrez, co-host of Inside Politics, and Danny Alcarez and the Angel Baby Hour. I'm here with Carla Quebec, Barbara Flores, and Gwen Rogers, and we're here to talk about some of the wonderful things that are going on in the school board and in the city of San Bernardino's school district. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
Great. We're so excited to have you here today.
We're excited to be here.
Thank you for inviting us. And thank you
welcome.
for making time also this Sunday. I know
Absolutely.
Sunday, right? A lot of people keep it more like a family Sunday. So we really appreciate you guys being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. But we're very excited also because we have been having school board this whole March and school board representatives, and we have had so much information for the community, which is awesome. I know watching our show, they can also share it, or listen to it again and again. You guys can share it as much as possible, so all the information can always be shared, which is one of the greatest things in the program.
And it also helps, the people in the community, if they could share that are listening right now, have shared it with their friends as well.
Exactly. They can share it, and, you guys can share it, email it to anyone that needs information in regards to the programs we're having in San Bernardino. So that helps out San Bernardino also a lot, because if you guys wanted to share anything, I know we were talking with Barbara earlier in the back, how there's a lot of partners that are coming in, and all that information helps. So hopefully, all this information doesn't only help the community, but also the partners that are coming in San Bernardino. Right. So talk to us a little bit about the leadership in the San Bernardino Unified School District, Barbara.
I've been on the board since 2008, and I've been president of several organizations and National Association of Bilingual Education, also leader in the California Association of Bilingual
And I know you were president, right, a couple of years ago.
And I was president as well. And the main, how would you say, some of the main characteristics are that we're collaborative.
Right.
That we build coalitions. We respect each other.
I love that. I love when you say that.
Yeah.
Because that's what's most important.
Right. We respect each other. We agree to disagree. And we don't take things personally. And we each have our own gifts, our own, how would you say,
passions and ideas.
Expertise. And right now we have a board that's very, very cooperative. And we, communicate well. And so that's what you need. You need leaders that will work well together. And instead of fighting and not getting anything done, we're together and we're building. And we're building together.
And all the collaborative work that you guys have created. And you guys are an amazing team. Right. I mean, you guys have been bringing San Bernardino School District from one notch to the other, right? Because right now you guys are just like this amazing, powerful team that has, like how
they're non-stoppable, and I love it. And two schools were chosen.
I see these superheroes that came into the city, and I think that's how I see you guys. You guys are amazing and have just created this amazing team for our youth here in the school district. That's how I see it.
You are totally accurate about that. And as Barbara said, we each have our own amazing strength that we utilize. And I think that's what a lot of individuals are seeing, especially in the community, that we're looking to work together, but not just on the board, but out in the community and be active. Right. So even opportunities like this, when you call upon us, that's because you want to further hear the things that we are doing and not look at us as not an extension of the work that you're doing. So I totally agree, especially if parents are out there listening. We want parents to know that we are there to support and help their students, and that's what we're hearing. And unlike Barbara, I just recently came to the board. I was appointed, I think it was back in September, but I was elected in November, so I'm real excited. I've been working with the board quite some time before that. So when you talk about collaboration, they allowed me to come in as a parent and bring in the work that I do from my outside work that I do to bring that in to help support the parents. So I'm really excited about that.
Our biggest partners are our parents and our families.
That's true.
And our families. And I'm bilingual, so 74% of our population is Latino. And so I can communicate both Spanish and English.
Which is great.
Which is
That
great.
is great.
Which is
All of
great.
us should be able to do
and,
that.
And so, instead of having translations from English to Spanish, if the majority of the parents are Spanish speaking, the presentation is in Spanish.
Right.
And then
Right.
we have, English translation. And then vice versa. If the majority of people are English, then we have the Spanish translation. So we're now beginning to, work in tandem. And we should share about the
recent what we're talking about.
Do you want to go ahead and do it? Or do you, go ahead.
And I'm assuming you're talking about what we met on the other day with the work with the community.
Yes.
So
with retired Lieutenant Colonel
right.
Kickbush.
Consuelo
Kickbush.
Yes,
Wow.
Consuelo Kickbush, which is a wonderful, wonderful lady. I mean, you meet her, and it's not you're not meeting a stranger. You're meeting someone that genuinely has a passion and a concern for community and for parents and people, and she shares her background. But more importantly, as Barbara was mentioning, we want our parents and our entire community to work together. We've been separated on so many different occasions, far too long, and it's so easy to go to the left, I call it, and do that. But together we're strong. And so as we're building our parents, we're not trying to just build one parent. Like, we're all here for all students. But then again, we have to make note that the parents, being the first teachers, we have to support them. Right. So we have a parent group that has come into the district, another collaboration to work with our parents and really strengthen and build them up so that they can understand that there are some of the things that they're lacking, but you're not all out. We're still going to bring you in.
Some of them need just a little bit of help to know what their role is.
Yes.
Well, actually, not even that. It's called Family Leadership.
Can you get closer, or can you bring the mic closer
yeah,
to her?
It's actually called the Family Leadership Institute.
Right.
And so she focuses on building leadership, but from within. What are everybody's strengths?
Right.
And all of us have to share our strengths. And
everyone has strengths.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
But you know what I have also seen is how would I say this, appearance of all the school boards in all the schools, how you guys are representing a little bit more, right? It's not just from behind an office. I mean, so I know you've been longer in the school board, so am I being right, or maybe it's because I'm new to this where I'm seeing more
I have
appearance on that?
I have participated in the actual institutes, and I've been a participant, and have engaged in those, and also she first started with Latino parents, and she speaks Spanish. And then last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, it was with African American.
We had our first cohort.
First African American cohort.
Yes.
And what came out of it is what we all need to do is work together, where we build coalitions between black, brown, and white, and Asians.
Because we're all the same.
We're all the same.
And we're parents.
And we're all parents. And that's the beauty of it, yes.
And that's what makes it great, right? Our differences, but at the same time for us to stay united and for us to keep letting each of us grow as individuals.
And the common goal are our kids.
Right.
Exactly.
That's
Absolutely.
our kids.
Exactly.
And
that needs to be our number one priority.
Absolutely.
Is
Exactly.
raising a
Because they're the
generation
future, right?
that is successful.
That's
Yes.
absolutely
And when
right.
we're all on the same page, working together, then our kids are going to flourish. Our city will flourish.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have
That's
to do.
building the foundation. You're starting from the
Absolutely.
foundation up instead
Exactly.
of starting from the top, working their way down.
Exactly. Yes.
So what you see, and a reflection back to your question, Carla, is that you see us out there experiencing it along with our community and
Yes,
parents.
that's what I
so
see
we're
right
not
now.
up on the board just waiting on
That
the
is what
first
I see
Tuesday or
now.
third
Yes.
third
To
Tuesday
show up and
to show up and just do that work. We're doing the work in between that. Just like I said, I just came from a meeting earlier.
Yes.
Anytime they want to hear about what we're doing, we're willing to go there and let them know
Right.
we're helping you, but you are helping us craft new policies.
Right.
By
Yes.
hearing your concerns.
And and that's what I'm saying. Like, so the community is getting to know you guys. The leaders in the city are getting to know you
Right.
guys. The kids are getting to know you guys.
Right.
So
Yes, and that's so
I've
important
seen
as
you
well,
so
'cause they're
much
comfortable.
involved
It
and
is.
doing so many other projects and different things in the San Bernardino
Right.
Unified School District. So I
Right.
absolutely love what you're doing, and I know
Thank
you
you.
guys are doing an amazing job. So we'll come back and talk about the LCAP. I know that you guys have a lot of information, and 1 hour is really not enough for us, but we'll talk as much as we can and stay on schedule, and we'll be back after this break.
All right.
Stay tuned.
saw you, I knew our love would be true. That chance, it lasts forever.
As I walk behind that girl, she smiled and she turned around, talking with this sweet romantic sound. The rhythm of my heart is tumbling down. My thoughts maybe I was dreaming. She's standing right in front of me, the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I never knew her love could really be. Ooh, I dream of you. One thing, I dream of you. I love the day you're my baby, my baby. That special girl of my dream is you.
Come on, baby. Let's dream. Yeah, live our lives to the extreme.
I linger to see you every day. The hunger for your love to find its way, so our dreams of life can come true. Together, you and me in our world. You have taken my loving heart, believing no chance to grow apart. Desiring, want you in every way. I pray that our love will never run away. I dream of you. One thing, I dream of you. I love the day you're my baby, my baby. That special girl of my dream is you.
So let's dream, baby girl. Make this night last. For that one chance. Our love grows stronger and stronger as time will pass.
I just wanna hold and squeeze you tight. Sure that our love will be alright. I dream to love you with all my mind, darling. Sugar, I dream with me when I sleep at night. Sure that love will be alright. I dream my life together forever.
Nancy Gutierrez, co-host on Inside Politics, and we're here discussing with Carla Quebec and Barbara Flores and Gwen Rogers some of the special, wonderful things that they are doing at the school board level and for the school district. So, ladies, this is Dr. Barbara Flores. I want to introduce her because she's also a professor at the university, which a shout out to also the other school board members from Gwen Rogers.
Whoop,
you.
whoop.
Whoop.
She should have said it. Come on, Wayne, just say it. You know how to give the shout out. So we are discussing. I know we've discussed leadership, and now we want to discuss the LCAP. So give us a little bit more information about what the LCAP exactly means. And I know we had said it was local control accountability plan,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So what is that about? Who wants to start?
So,
Wayne,
well,
Barbara.
this is Gwen Rogers, and you know what I miss. You know, Dr. Flores is going to make sure she guides me back.
Yeah, she's awesome.
But
She's gonna be like, I'm gonna listen to what she's gonna say,
Right.
and then I'm gonna fill in the.
Go ahead. But in the just the summary of it, we realize that we have students here that have special additional supplemental needs that they may need, coming from backgrounds as a foster youth, coming from low socioeconomic, and there's a third one, English language learners. And so with this funding is temporary funding, but it's additional funding that can help us come up with supplemental programs that we can make sure that whatever deficits that our students have, there is funding there. That's always the issue. The issue is there's always going to be a need, but how do we meet that need without having funding?
Without having
so
the
this
funds, correct.
absolutely.
Yeah, you can't if you don't have the funding.
you can't. And so this funding has allowed us to add additional programs so that we can support the needs of those students as well as have parent input in what their students need. So we have, for example, reading, like we talked about earlier. There are additional supports that are needed to give to our teachers in order to help those teachers or help with additional after-school programs.
Right.
We now have funding that we can say, here's the money to do it.
And are you guys allowed to say the amount of funding we have right now, or that the school board is working with?
Yes, because we have about 92% low income, we get a lot of money. Like this next year, we're going to get $93 million. $93 million.
That's
more.
amazing. Well, congratulations. I know the school district needs it. It's well deserved. I mean, these kids really need it.
And the public should know that it is the board, it's the governing board that directs the superintendent and cabinet to distribute and prioritize the different programs and where the money is going to go. Of course, they give us recommendations, but we also have to negotiate given our parents. For example, our parents came and spoke to the board regarding uniforms, athletic uniforms. And so last board meeting, Mr. Tillman proposed that we allow $1.5 million for all sports and for all their uniforms because they haven't had uniforms in
I think
5
that's
or 6
awesome.
years.
They need to be looking good so they can feel good.
And we, as a board, gave consensus and direction, and that's what we need to do. And our,
I agree.
Because it will build pride. Our kids are doing great, and we need to support them. And it is.
So that means that the school is going to be give them their uniform,
so that the parents don't have to buy them or whatever they were having to do.
Parents don't have to buy them or fundraise, and our community.
It's hard to fundraise.
It's hard to fundraise, and so they will now have uniforms, band uniforms as well.
Oh, good.
Equipment.
That's awesome. That's congratulations
and
on
that
too.
comes from a parent, again, as we're listening and seeing the needs, came to the board and showed
represented
us.
All the parents,
actually showed a uniform. And when you see something, you say, no kid should have to wear something like this. How do they have pride?
It's representing us.
Absolutely.
So we're actually sending people out there that don't look appropriate.
And for example, the 3 groups, the foster youth, the English language learner group, and also subgroup, they call them subgroups, and low income, we have to address all the needs, and so we have these extra funds. And we have 27% of our population, which is 52,000 kids, are English language learners. But once they're reclassified, we have over 50% because we have to support them after, for 2 years. So we actually have half of our population. And we're doing a great job. We have programs like GLAD, where they're learning to English and academic, what they call academic or content area, science and social studies and math. And in those schools, we have tremendous achievement. And so we're building that program, and that's really great.
And so local control accountability plan funding helps us to get all of our raise all of our students' achievement, not just pockets, which sometimes happens when you don't have the funding there. These groups may get more attention, but we're looking to make sure all of our students are being raised academically.
Which is great. Last year with this funding, the board directed the superintendent to allocate more money to the sites instead of keeping them. So a lot of the money went to the site. So then they had discretion as to their needs at the site.
And they were able to do a little more for the kids, which is maybe why everything seems to be moving up so quickly in your district.
Right.
I mean, your graduation rate has increased incredibly. I mean, I'm amazed.
But we're still not there. You know,
yes, that's true.
79.9% is not good enough in my book.
It isn't.
We should
You're
have
right.
100%.
Right. Because we're in the business of academics.
Right.
So it's almost, you know, we have to look at, so then if we look at the other end, what happened to the other groups? And so that's what you see in this leadership team. We don't want to say we're striving for 80 or 90. We want all of our students that come into our school district to succeed. And that's just the bottom line. And I don't think we're settling for anything less.
Right.
We're saying they will achieve.
And then what's coming up, this is the governor's plan to redirect money to the school districts that need it the most. And it'll end in another 3 or 4 years.
Right.
So we're gearing up now, and that's what we'll need our voters to vote to continue to do this.
Fund these things.
Because we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, you do.
Right. Because of the recession, and we're not even, I think we're at 2008 funding right now.
Oh my goodness.
And it's 2016. And so, we just have been brought up to 2008 funding.
Right.
And that's not good enough.
Right.
Wow.
And others, like Massachusetts, they fund every child $19,000 to $20,000 a year. We're barely between $9,000 and $10,000. In the state of Massachusetts.
And that's per child. So that
per child.
shows you what's missing in order to be able to
get half of what the other kids are getting. And you know what's great is we still keep climbing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Considering those odds, usually that's part of why kids don't do well.
Because we're determined.
Yeah.
We will work, with what we have, but we are learning how to fight to get more.
Right.
So.
Because we need the equality to be shared with the same for the students that we work with in San Bernardino.
Right. We've been really blessed in terms of facilities. I don't know if people know this, but we got $1 billion. This district got $1 billion to build schools. We have built 14 or 15 new schools in the last 12, 13 years.
That's
and
great.
We needed it. Boy, did we need it.
And we need more.
Right.
The class size.
Yes, because of the class size. So I think we need more, especially that San Bernardino just keeps growing. So we need more.
It's getting better and better. More people are wanting to move in now.
Right.
There is going to be a new initiative on the ballot, and it will be for just exactly that, for more facilities and for internet and for technology.
Right, which is what we are looking for right now.
Yep.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about the athletic plan, a little bit of arts and music, so you guys can give us some information about that. Unless we've missed anything from LCAPS, we'll come back after this break and talk a little bit more.
Sure.
Thank you. Stay tuned.
First group.
And today we get to
The first time that I saw you, oh, you looked so fine. Well, I tried to get your name, but you just looked aside.
La segunda vez que te vi, yo traté de hablarte, pero solamente tú te vas sin darme una oportunidad. Let's pretend
we were lovers. Let's pretend our hearts will beat as one.
Let's pretend
we were lovers. Let's pretend our hearts will beat as one. The third time that I saw you, you gave me a little glance, but you acted like you wanted to talk, but you ran away.
de detenerte para que escucharas a mi corazón hablar. Let's pretend.
Oh yeah, baby. You keep talking to me. For that sexy speech turns me on. Until we know two heartbeats have one. The story of a lover's love is never done.
Listening to KCAA Loma Linda at 106.5 FM, K293CF Moreno Valley.
Hi, this is Nancy Gutierrez, co-host of Inside Politics, and we're coming back and speaking to Carla Quebec and our Dr. Barbara Flores and Gwen Rogers of the San Bernardino City Unified School District Board. These are our two board members. We're so happy to have them here. And Carla, would you introduce what we're going to be asking them now?
Well, we were going to talk about athletic plan, and I know arts and music is a different subject, but I think if we can talk about both of those subjects or topics right now so that we can kind of cover the best thing that we can cover for, information for the community so we can know where we are with the athletic plan. Let's start with the athletic plan first. So who wants to start?
Did you see? This is how we sit. Yeah. I told you. So when she tells me go, I go.
You guys are best friends.
She's like, you go first.
What I like about the athletic plan, and we just had that presented, is that it is looking at our athletic student as a scholar. And so we're looking to say, one, if, as we talked about earlier, the infrastructure has to look, be appropriate. So they're out there. They're not going to get hurt. They have safety is a factor that's involved in it. The climate of how they're feeling as their pride and being a part of the school. It even talks about a school pride day, wearing your colors, doing those type of things to recognize your athletes. Right. And of course, the equipment is involved in that. And then
which is now covered, right?
Right,
so.
which we just recently talked about that.
Do you guys have wrecked equipment and stuff too, where the kids were using not as
over a period of time? Over a period of time, there's a lot of wear and tear on anything. Our fields were once beautiful back in the day, but
because of the recession and because we had to cut and cut and cut, we had to neglect.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Neglect all of. The maintenance of the fields.
Yeah, the most
the maintenance of the tracks. The infrastructure, like Gwen said, and so they were dilapidated. And actually, our kids came to the board and also parents because the fields were dangerous. They weren't safe anymore. There's gopher holes. There were all kinds of different things.
And they're playing in this?
Yeah,
they can injure themselves.
They could be injured. And so it was brought to our attention, and this is before you were on the board. So about a year and a half ago, I called for an athletic plan. Of course, I can't do it by myself. So the board agreed that we establish and do a strategic plan with all our athletic directors and have coaches and parents and kids on the committee.
But see, I love the way you guys work because you bring it up and then everybody hears you and everybody considers that and they see that it's a great plan and then you guys move forward with it. And I think that's what has helped the board so much right now.
Me too. I think you guys have support between all of you too.
Right. And then we asked for a budget. And so that they can then begin to, release the money and allocate the money. And we have to follow up to make sure that that's happened. And
it seems like so much work. You ladies must be doing a lot more than 40 hours a week for the school board member stuff, right?
I think so.
Oh yeah, I know that you
Live
must
and breathe it.
That's
It's
what I was
Sunday,
gonna
isn't it?
ask
Today,
you.
and we're talking
Yes,
about
we're talking about it. So, and you just came back from working on it too, right?
There was
So
another
you've
meeting,
been-
surrounding
yes,
this. So
yes.
we're definitely looking to make sure that we have a stellar program.
Right.
We don't even want our coaches to be and have to go to any other city. We want them
good.
here with the students. You know, they don't want to look and see their coach over in another
Right,
area.
and we also
Oh, is that what they were doing?
Yeah, we also looked at the comparability of the salaries. So we want our coaches to have comparable salaries.
Right.
You know,
So if you know of a good coach, we're recruiting here in San Bernardino.
We look at everything. We look at everything.
Come on out to this school district, 'cause let me tell you, it's the best now.
And that's true. That's how you become number one.
It is,
You have
and
to
I'm
look
so
at what's
excited.
going on around, and you know, if we're not there, we have to get there, and that's what we're
Right.
trying
And
to
that's
do.
what we're, it sounds like that this board is going to actually produce that. And your superintendent is amazing.
Yes.
we're
I
excited
love
about
that
his
he
work.
is so interested in the students and the schools. I've never seen anybody as interested as he is. And your county superintendent.
Right.
He's
Oh,
as well.
And that's again, that's that partnership. They are working
Yeah,
together. So you'll
exactly.
see us, even our students. There's now a student advisory board where
I think
the
that's
county
great.
and the city is working together. So we're hearing their voices. That's very huge for
Right.
us to make sure that the input is there.
Exactly.
And that's the superintendents coming together and saying, this has been requested. Let's have it happen. And even our student, we have a young man and a young lady, but I had spoke to him a couple of weeks ago that we wanted to mirror even what it's like on the state level. Like they were the representatives, but this last school board meeting, he was able to sit up, off to the side, but be among and out front. And then even when we greeted parents and made recognition, he was asked to come and stand with us and shake hands. That goes a long way.
It
Yes,
does.
it
It might
does.
make
Goes a
the
long
difference
way.
of his education.
He's just
I
not
mean,
handpicked.
and he wants to
named.
be a politician when he
He
grows
said
up.
that. And
Well, he's on the
That
good
worked out
route.
and he's great.
He's
great.
hanging around the right
Benjamin.
people.
Yeah, Benjamin, yes. Cajon High School is where he is. So,
So
shout out to
wow.
Benjamin.
Shout out Benjamin. And so, what is there anything, any goals that you're setting for the athletic plan that we still need to reach, and anything else you guys are working on so that we can make it like where you were seeing it as when you brought it up, Barbara?
I think there's room for growth. I think that we still would like input once we, just come up to the bare what they need. And then, I think we have to ask the coaches and the kids, what do you need to go beyond that? And I think that's,
I think
that's
that's the way-
still something that we, the possibilities are open. And I believe that's what we need to do in
Right.
terms of supporting
And do all
the
the
vision that they have.
Right. And do all the school, my other question is, I know Shannon Hills, for example, a couple of years back, maybe I would say about 3 years back, they didn't have any athletic programs there. Has that been brought back to that school, or are you guys looking at everything from middle to high school, that all the schools
That's
have
another
these
area.
programs?
That's another area. I
question.
think we did allocate some money to the middle schools, but middle schools also have to come into the fold. I was
Yeah.
talking mostly about the high schools
Okay.
and all the athlete. I think that's what
Yes.
we
Right.
had, but we do need to improve in terms of our middle schools.
But I
as
will
well.
say that there's another, we tap into any funding sources there is. And we have, it's not the technology, but the innovation money.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So this innovation money, and I had an opportunity to sit on this committee where we had teachers submit about 138 innovative grant ideas.
Okay.
And many of them also, among wanting technology, also talked about having the freshman type of, or the middle school and then freshman athletics where they didn't have it on
Absolutely.
their campus. So our
athletics-
teachers are thinking, our schools are thinking, of creative ways. If it's not here yet, they're looking for other ways.
And we also have community leaders that are starting nonprofits for our kids and fundraising,
That's true, too.
like softball,
Right.
soccer, football, and so forth. I mean, and they're wanting to include, so the kids aren't, not doing
out there
anything.
because
Yeah,
sports are so important.
Right.
I mean, they
is.
really are for your self-esteem. They keep kids out of trouble, and for those parents that don't have their kids in sports, they might want to consider even letting their kids play because
And
it's
our
important.
board also recommended additional after-school funding
Yes.
for CAPS because we had a long waiting list.
Right.
And so we were able to cut that waiting list way down, and I think we're
Well,
even
for
considering even adding more money.
Right.
Oh, good.
So that
There's some sort of
there-
after-school
there are-
programs that are addressing that.
No, that they would be included. There's a
Okay.
waiting list, so we do
We
have
wanna
the
get them
after-
off the list.
We would get them
Oh,
off
right.
the list. Yeah.
And CAPS is for elementary and middle school.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
And they also have, in CAPS, there's creative programs. They've done
That's what it
beyond
stands for.
sports.
That's what it stands
There's
for,
also
creative.
been
Okay,
Right.
so I didn't know what it even stood for.
so.
Can you tell
so
us
they-
what CAP stands for?
Creative arts programs.
Right.
And it's after school program.
So
Well,
it
I knew
could
was
be
after school
Creative,
programs,
creative
but I just
after school
didn't know.
programs.
Right.
Creative after school programs.
Right.
But I put arts in there.
So we've seen. I mean, they do those
okay.
different type of things. They're creative. A lot of the programs that are in the schools, it's not all just a sports focus. Sometimes they're doing dance,
Right.
plays, just
Right.
things that we want to keep them busy and creative.
So we would say then we need to work on the athletic plan as to getting more funding so that we can get
Make
into our
sure.
middle schools,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's
Correct.
important for our
Right.
middle schoolers
Right.
to
Mhm.
kind of
You're absolutely
Be part of a
start
team and-
from kind of like it's a habit, it just
Right.
it becomes a
Right.
habit, and once they're younger,
Yes.
they can go into high school wanting to do that
Yes.
because now when they're in high school it's kind of harder
It's
to
hard.
pull them
And they're ninth
to
graders,
do
they're
sports.
awkward,
So-
so they're
Right.
thinking, I didn't play before, I don't know if I can play.
That's exactly
But if
what it
they're
is.
doing it before, then they'll have more confidence to say, I'll try out.
Right.
And then they won't
Yeah,
stop.
I
so.
want to talk more about the arts as well.
Yes,
because-
we have
and
some minutes
music.
to talk about arts and music.
And
so-
music.
Sure.
For example, Tony Plana is here from Hollywood, and our middle school kids weren't getting a lot of attention, a lot of TLC. So
Right.
he's started a pilot program at Arrowview in theater. Theater
good.
arts.
Okay.
And next year it'll be in 3 middle schools: Arrowview, Cesar Chavez, and Martin Luther King.
Okay,
Excellent.
great.
And real actors come,
Right.
a woman and a man,
And they
work
teach the kids?
And they work with the teachers.
Oh my goodness.
And they teach them to read and to perform.
Right,
They do
right.
performance things, and then they also write plays.
Right.
And so
That's
then
nice.
that
Yes.
kind of introduces Hollywood to
Right.
them because
Yes.
it's not just the acting; it's the
Right.
directing and the writing of
Right.
the plays, and
And
there's a lot of
he's hands-on.
He's a great guy. You would
Yes.
never even know
Yeah.
all the movies he's been in, but he's
Right.
great. He's great. So
Yes.
our kids
Yes.
are
So we have
benefiting.
that. And then I was I had recently been elected, and Mr. Tillman wanted to start a drum line. And that was like around 2008, 2009. And now we have an incredible drum line.
oh, good.
And they
good.
compete.
And they compete.
Good. So you
and
guys are
they're-
going to get some trophies then.
Yes. Cesar Chavez and all the high schools actually.
Mhm.
All
One
the high
performed. They
schools, okay.
performed the other
Right.
Tuesday, San
Right.
Bernardino High School.
It
But
was
they're all
really
great.
amazing.
Well, you'll have to let us know because Carla and I would love to go
Yes.
out and hear
They
them.
are
Right.
great.
Most definitely.
And then the other music, we have jazz.
Yes.
The kids learn jazz. We have bands, and
good.
we support.
I think that's
we
great.
support
Music
them.
is very important too.
It's fabulous,
yes.
and the kids are learning.
Right.
The kids are learning music, and it's just
And they should have the opportunity because in Beverly
Right.
Hills,
Right.
they're learning music. They have their own
Dancing,
personal
right.
teacher coming to their
Right,
home. And
right.
all these kids deserve to have those same
Exactly.
things as well.
Same
Exactly,
options.
yes.
Absolutely.
so. And then I know for a fact, in some of our high schools, especially Arroyo, we're going to implement a digital media academy.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's fabulous.
So that's
Absolutely,
nice.
because
That
that's
is
the wave of the
fabulous.
future.
Because
Yeah.
media is
Right.
there.
Right.
Right.
I love media.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
You guys would resonate with that
Yeah.
because
Yes.
we know that the kids will,
They need to be able to compete in the market,
right,
and
in
they
the
have to know those
market,
things.
and they know
Right.
all of that stuff.
Right.
And Arroyo is a performing arts school,
Yeah.
so it's and I think Mr. Plana is there too.
Yes, because that's when they first did
Arroyo as well with
Okay.
theater teachers.
Good,
Yes.
good. So they have they're going to start having plays and that type of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is that
Love to
perfect?
be that. I love it. Yes, I am all about theater arts.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Any kind of extracurricular activities that the kids can do that
It
keep them
keeps
busy
them busy.
and
Exactly.
keeps them off the street.
And another thing, another initiative that we're going to embark on is growing our own community-based teachers.
Right.
And partnering with our community colleges and our Cal State and creating a pathway, a teaching pathway, so our kids can come back and teach in our community.
Right. That's
And-
what Abigail was talking about.
Right, right. And so
where you keep it here.
Right,
in
we're
San
growing our
Bernardino, so
own.
that
And
that
not
way they
only-
stay here.
Yes.
Right.
State Superintendent Torkelson came. He fell in love with our plan.
Yes.
and
I
how
bet he
we're
fell in love
gonna-
with all of you.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, I've never met.
And
So
he's going out all over the state, Gwen,
Mm-hmm.
all over the state, like showing our plan.
Excellent.
everyone.
We're getting to see the
I know.
recognition.
You know what? I'm not surprised.
Right.
That's
I
wonderful.
mean, your whole county. I just when
Right.
Ted Alejandre was on, I was just amazed. I thought you guys are going to be the model for the
Right.
nation
Right.
because really everyone's struggling. Even though we don't talk about it, every school district's struggling.
We
Everyone
only-
is sharing
we
some
only
form of problem.
have
You're
one
right.
high school that has a teaching academy, and we're going to expand it. I don't know how fast, but we are going to expand it to some of the other high schools.
Oh, good.
It's grow your own.
Right.
Grow your own. Yeah. Well, this is our
Right.
little garden, and these
Right.
are little vegetables, and we're going to take good care of them.
And plus you will have
So we
the
have great
commitment.
harvest.
And this is their city. And
Yes.
so we're trying to give them another option to say, if you do stay, here's what you have. We cannot offer them anything, it's just stay, and there's nothing to stay to do. So that's why our partnerships are so important with the city, with the county. It is a conversation that is ongoing and will continue and has to be in order for our students to know that there's something here and we care, and we're caring enough to make sure that this happens.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we'll talk about academic achievement, and stay tuned.
Yeah.
Great.
I can hear the angels ringing their chimes of a bell. As the time goes by, a world of paradise. We had time, you and I, to smile, laugh, and cry. So wipe away your tears and remember the happy years. Forever and forever, I live inside your dreams. My heart, my love will be together, just you and me. The morning, a sunrise, every evening, a sunset. I whispered a word that's true, and at this moment, I'm with you. The first spring of romance, a summer we play and dance. To fall in love one night, then a warm winter every night. Forever and forever, I live inside your dreams. My heart, my love will be together, just you and me. Forever and forever, I live inside your dreams. My heart, my love will be together, just you and me. I can hear the angels ringing their chimes of bells. I can hear the angels ringing their chimes of bells. Through the mountain skies, on the top of the river high, down to an ocean blue, I'll always be with you. Forever and forever, I live inside your dreams. just you and me. Ever and forever, I live inside your dreams. My heart, my love will be together, just you and me. Ever and forever, just you and I. Oh yeah, heart, my love will be forever and ever. Ooh, ever and forever. Ooh, yeah. My heart, my love will be together. I can hear the angels ever and forever. Many times of past, just you.
Initiatives that we're starting. New initiatives. New program initiatives.
Hi, this is Nancy Gutierrez, and I am back with Inside Politics here with Carla Quebec, Dr. Barbara Flores, and Gwen Rogers. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Back. On the mics.
We're back.
And I know we wanted to talk about new program initiatives,
Yes.
but I also, before we do that, I know I have a message here, and I don't know if Danny...
Which is really good. That means people are watching the show.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
So, but I know Viviana Forrest was asking about the song that was playing earlier, and that's Let's Pretend from Danny Alcaraz. So, Danny, if you're somewhere around the radio station, I'm not sure, I don't see you.
They love your music.
They love your music. So, thank you, Danny, for sharing it with us throughout the breaks. I know it's kind of like love songs. Good music, right? Because it's mellow.
And this is actually Danny Alcaraz's show. He has a 4-hour block.
Oh,
so,
well, we'd like to thank him for having us.
Yes, thank you, Danny, for having us
thank
here.
you very much.
And the beautiful music
Yes.
that we're all going to buy.
Yes.
Right.
So the new program initiatives, who wants to start with telling us a little bit about that? And I know we're running out of time, but I know whatever we can touch bases on.
Yes, we know. You know, I'm a researcher and a university professor,
Right.
and we know that the research shows that our kids' achievement goes up when they have culturally relevant curriculum. And so we're exploring and piloting ethnic studies in our high schools. And so we're really excited about that. And all the research shows that, and it's for everybody. It just isn't for blacks or Latinos or Asians.
Right.
Or
We want them to study
everybody's
culture.
Everybody's
cultural
culture.
sensitivity.
I like that because this is a melting pot. That's
Right.
what the United States of America is.
And so we're very excited about that. Dr. Enrique Ochoa is working with the San Bernardino High teachers, and we have another pilot at Cajon.
Okay.
And so we're, you know,
Excellent.
and kids are taking them, taking the courses, and so we'll get feedback.
Okay.
So do you want to say anything about that, Gwen?
So it's going to give an opportunity again for others. The teachers are learning along with the students. So of course our number one goal is for the student to feel comfortable. So as these topics are coming up about different diverse cultures, they're having a conversation that is generally a hard conversation, but it's not hard when we're educating. And so we're going to have students be able to understand each other. We're going to have teachers understanding each other, parents having that dialogue with their students. So I'm really excited about this. And it was, again, parent groups, parent-led groups
saying
that
what they needed.
They came before us again, and we have all of these ideas, but sometimes, you know, we want to make sure, is this what you want? And when they come and tell us and certify it, we feel real good about that because they said we're going in the right direction.
Yes, right.
So yes, we're very excited about
We
that.
also have we have several other initiatives, but I'll share 2 or 3 more. Is the 0 to 36 months.
Yes.
We know from research, brain research, that is the growth spurt of a child, and so we're going to fund 0 to 36. You know, it's not daycare exactly, but parents will be able to bring their children, their young children, and we're partnering with early childhood professors at Cal State, San Bernardino, my colleagues.
Just seeing like what's best for them. Is that what
no, we know what's best for them. We know, and they're going to engage the parents and the kids in, lots of language and literacy and so forth, and ways to talk with the kids. And
we're not waiting until they get to school.
And that's going to be brought into the high schools. Correct.
Community.
Or the community.
This is a community with
children 0 to 36
because it's 0 to
months,
36,
right?
so that's
from
education.
From birth to 36 months.
Because when you think about it, normally education conversation starts when they're
5,
at school,
right?
when it's time to go to school. So all that wasted time could now be implemented with a program where we're teaching parents again. The more you talk to your child, the larger their vocabulary is.
The less they sit in front of the TV.
Exactly. When they go to school, they definitely should know their ABCs by now. You don't learn them in school.
Our parents talk to kids. I mean, all parents talk to their kids, and that's how they learn how to talk. What we're going to do is enhance what they already do, and I don't like for people to look at it as a deficit model because it isn't.
Right.
It's not that they're not.
Parents,
it's not that they're
not doing it. It's just that this will help.
Yes, this will enhance and show them. For example, singing songs to kids. Well, we all sing songs to kids,
right?
But more deliberately and so forth, right?
And how do they sign up for this class?
Right.
How do they sign up for these classes?
That still is being worked out.
Okay.
We just barely passed that. And so the recruitment and all of those.
We just talked about that on Tuesday, so great question.
Past Tuesday, we passed it.
Okay.
So that's one. The other is we have AVID programs.
Right.
We have AVID programs.
Which, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I just think it's a great idea because we have a lot of young teen moms that sometimes don't know what to do or they don't have the guidance to do it, and so this program helps them to go ahead and raise their kids in a different way because they know it's not just to sit them down and watch TV, right? So just get them and read to them and spend some time.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You can
go ahead. We're good. So again, that's reaffirming that we're going in the right direction because you again are speaking to us from the community and realizing. And I like what Barbara said earlier. We're not trying to point out the negative side of what anyone's doing, but we're trying to say, here is, if we start earlier on anything, it could be better.
If we need it and they can use it and we can bring it to them,
we should do
why not? Because then that's the way we're going to better our community, our mothers and our kids. So yes, we should definitely.
And our students will be more confident. With anything more will help them.
So we have 1 minute. If you guys want to give out phone numbers, websites, anything that parents, community can look up in regards to everything that we have talked about.
Or in regards to,
So both of our information is, we are now public officials.
Yes, you are.
Our website.
So we
That's
cannot.
why you're on this show.
Yeah, right. You can find us no matter what, but our information is on the school board's website.
Okay. And then if you want to reach us, you can call our administrative assistant, Karen Cunningham, and her number is 909-381-1245. 909-381-1245, and she'll reach us.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love all the information.
It really has to happen.
Thank you. Look forward to coming back and giving more updates.
Yes, and for all the community watching, we'll be back Sunday. Watch us 5 to 6 Inside Politics
and
with
next
Carla
week.
Quebec and Nancy Gutierrez. Thank you.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. The best station in the nation.
Sports Radio Update starts now.
Making the Sweet 16 takes a lot of skill and some luck. Sometimes the luck of the Irish. I'm Sam Farber. The luck of the Irish in play today for Notre Dame.
Down to 12 seconds to go. Notre Dame for a chance in the Sweet 16. Down 1. Jackson, 6 to shoot. Floater at the side of the backboard. August the rebound. Banked it up, no good. The tip is scored with 1.5 to go. Pfluger, the freshman, tipped it in.
The call courtesy of Westwood One. Pfluger's only bucket gets the Irish into the Sweet 16 with the 76-75 win over a Cinderella opportunist in Stephen F. Austin. Best scoring performance of the day so far belongs to Buddy Hield. He has 36, or had 36, I should say, in Oklahoma's win over VCU. Games going on right now. Maryland taking on Hawaii. 4.5 minutes left, and it is a 12-point Terrapin lead Northern Iowa and Texas A&M, they're at halftime. 11 seed Northern Iowa leads by 10, and the 7 seed Wisconsin and 2 seed Xavier midway through the first half right now. That game is currently in favor of Wisconsin by a touchdown.